Sup, lads?
Hello, mate.
How you doing, Michael? How you doing tonight?
Honestly, I don't know why, but I didn't expect to be stressed on a Friday night. So, Dr. Tottenham comes along and I was, oh boy. It was a hard watch, let's be honest about it, right?
It was, but look, we're through to the next round. You can now put your feet up for the rest of the weekend and watch all the other sides try and fight their way into the fourth round. As much as it was a hard watch at times, do you think we deserve to go through tonight?
Yes, I think we did, right? Because when you look at the balance of play, I think we had like twice the amount of shots of Burnley, twice the amount of possession, like 7 shots on target. I know those weren't the quality chances, and you can argue that Burnley actually had a more like clinical chance if they had a seasoned striker like Ivan Toney getting on the end of that chance in the first half. I think we might have been in trouble. But other than that, I think we defended quite resolutely. As I said, other than that one chance in the first half, and maybe literally at the dying minutes, the goalkeeper header to one of the Burnley players who blazed it over the bar. I think other than that, I didn't really feel threatened. But I'm just so scared with FA Cup, watching Tottenham play the FA Cup, that every single time we don't perform and we don't swipe the team away in the first half, I'm always sitting on the edge of the seat, right? I've seen Middlesbrough, I've seen Sheffield, I've seen, and I've only been a fan for 5 years, I think now, but I've already seen a couple of embarrassing FA Cup exits. So when we went to the dugout, when we went off the pitch in the first half with a 0-0 scoreline, I was, the feeling, right? We all do.
So, Michael, basically what you're saying is that you are responsible for the jinx of us going out to clubs like these over the last 5 years, specifically in the 5th round. The key to this year, if we can get past that 5th round hoodoo, then we can, I think, go all the way. But I just want to look forward a little bit. Obviously, we talked a lot about tonight's performance. Going into the Man United game, obviously Lo Celso didn't have his best performance today. Bentancur was great. What do you think will the kind of central midfield three look like for that United game? Because Oliver Skipp also didn't have a great game, and someone's going to have to play in that 6. Maybe it'll be Bentancur, in which case someone will have to come in and play in that 8. What would you do, Michael?
I have to be honest, I was a bit surprised that Oliver Skipp wasn't the first one to come off. I'm not really sure what Ange sees in him. And listen, I don't want to come on here and slag off our academy graduate, right?
Yeah.
I still have a lot of respect for the guy. He represents our colors, But let's be honest about it. His performances recently haven't been good. Like ever since he came back from that long injury, or whatever it was that kept him out for many months, right? He's not been the same player, and honestly, I think I know Højbjerg is about to exit the club, most likely, right? So maybe that's why he's not starting. But what I saw from Højbjerg today was also not a good performance, but I think it was still better than Skippy. I would like to for us to play the Højbjerg, Bentancur, Lo Celso midfield against Man United. I just think, well, one thing I have to mention is I don't think Skip's natural position is number 8. And I just feel like if we want to play him, I would rather see him playing a defensive mid role and Bentancur being one of the 8s. I think Bentancur is way more progressive. He carries the ball better, and I think he has an eye for a pass. I've seen a couple of really pinpoint through balls from Bentancur today, which listen, it's not Skip's game, right? So I think we should, rather than mitigate the weaknesses of both players and playing them off position, I would rather have a stronger 8 and a bit of a weaker number 6 in Skip, right? So yeah, that's how I would want to see it. I know we'll probably see a Bentancur, Skip, Lo Celso against
my worry would just be that in the form he's in at the moment, if Skipp plays the 6 and Bentancur plays the 8, yes, Bentancur would be great in the 8, but I'm not sure he'd get enough of the ball from Skipp in the 6. That's what I'd worry about, because Skip's just not confident enough at the moment to play those balls around the corner the way Bentancur is doing so well.
Yeah, it's a really like tough situation to be. That's why I'm also advocating for Højbjerg to be in the six.
Yeah.
But as I said, I don't think like he has long left in the Spurs shirt, and I think that's the main reason why he sits on the bench and skips plays, right? Because
Yeah.
listen, it's also like Skip is maybe not the youngest kid, right? Because he's like 23 or 22, I think, and but the
Yeah.
Højbjerg is a seasoned professional, right? He's 28, I think. If we can at least get one more game from Højbjerg, I would like him to start against United in a number 6 role and
Yeah.
like free Bentancur a bit, right? But what I also want to say, our front three today, oh boy, it wasn't the best performance. Richarlison, if he's not scoring tap-ins, I think I don't know what's the case with this guy. I thought after scoring those 5 goals that he did, he would be confident and more eager to get at the end of the crosses and to more eager to just be involved in the game. And sometimes I feel like he either ghosts or just he lacks that. I don't the timing precision which comes from confidence, which I thought he would have right after scoring. I just sometimes I just feel like he doesn't have this desire to get at the end of the cross, which is harsh for me to say. I know, right? Because he scored all those goals. And from like Kulusevski was a bit like not a bit. He was anonymous today, in my opinion. And Brendan Johnson is clearly right wing is his much better position than the left wing, right? I think I would rather see Kulusevski play on the left and Johnson on the right, because I feel like Johnson on the right actually like contributes going forward. And Kulusevski, I think he's enough of a skillful and like consistent player that even if you put him on the left, I still think he will be able to contribute into the game, right? So yeah, that's the way I see it. But again, like big up to our defense. I think they were solid. And for Pedro Porro, oh boy, I love this guy. Like honestly, I'm thinking about buying a Tottenham t-shirt, and I'm thinking about having him on the back of it, right? I love because everyone gets sons, kids, and I always like to be like a bit of a different one. That say I don't want to be so mainstream. So yeah, I think Poro, like I'm in love with this guy. I think he's such a good like inverted right back. I think
Yeah, and still incredibly young as well.
yeah, and still incredibly young. I think he can grow into one of the better right backs. Maybe in the league, definitely, right? I don't want to give those grandiose statements that he will be one of the best in the world, but yeah, I am in love with this guy. I'm so happy that we got him over the line from Sporting.
100%. I think this season he's been absolutely impeccable, to be honest. And look, hopefully tonight is a springboard for even more goals for him during the season. So I think that's actually his first of the season, despite I think he's got 7 assists. That's his first of the season. But in terms of the new players we saw tonight, Sessegnon, Scarlett, Donnelly came off the bench. Do you see them? Do you see any of them getting future opportunities in the next few weeks?
Oh boy, Sessegnon, my word.
Was he that bad?
Yes.
He nearly scored. He nearly scored with his right foot, didn't he? Forced a good save out the keeper.
Oh, good. See, I am happy that he is available, right? Because maybe we'll need him. Maybe we will be able to give Destiny Udoji like a 15-minute break or something, right? Because the guy has been playing all the time, right? But Sessegnon, I don't know, he looked slow. I think he looked a bit afraid to pull his hamstring again.
Yeah.
I think listen, this will be part of his career. He has to learn to live with it, right? That's just who he is. His body is a bit frail. I mean, like the hamstring is damaged, right? It's just the way it is. But still, like he looked slow. I don't want to be this guy, but he looked a bit overweight. I know, like I'm not the
Overweight?
one to. Yeah, he looked a bit chubby for me. I don't know if you guys noticed, but
I didn't pick up on that, but it might have been.
Listen, I don't want to pick on the guy. I know it's his first game in a year, right? But listen, if he contributes, I will be glad. But
Yeah.
it's one of the first like names I would look for us to move on in the summer, right? And yeah, that's the way I see it. But on a positive note, I was really like surprised with Dane Scarlett. I think he contributed a lot. I think first of all he looks a lot bulkier for me than the last time I saw him, because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch him in Championship and League One when he was like having his loans, right? And now today when I saw him, he looks like a 20-year-old man instead of like a 17-year-old boy. You know, that period when you actually gain some muscles, you know, your shoulders are broader. I think he looks quite physical. I think he can like fight for the balls. He can play the striker role. And Dorrington, he didn't really get much of the ball today, I feel like, but from whatever chance he got, I think he contributed well. So yes, I am happy that I saw those youngsters play, and also like, let's be honest, I'm a bit more like lenient towards them, right? I will criticize Sessegnon more than those two guys because they are like still youngsters, whereas Sessegnon is quite like old now, right? So that's maybe why my criticism of Sessegnon is there, and I didn't criticize Scarlett and Bobby, right? But yeah. Like, listen, we got through. I am really happy because that's our, let's be honest, bar a miracle in the Premier League. That's our only chance at the trophy, right? So I want, even if we scrape through it, I want us to go as far as we can. And listen, let's hope that Scam gets, knocked out tomorrow to Liverpool, and let's hope that we don't get a hard draw, right?
Yeah, that'd be lovely. Michael, lovely to see you as always, mate. Good
Yes,
to have
Michael.
you on.
Still on for the double.
Still on for
Exactly.
the double. And
Why not?
Listen, we are missing Benz, and tell him that, I wish him all the luck and patience with a newborn kid. I know it's not the easiest, right? But to be a father. But yeah, we miss you, Ben. And yeah, I hope I have a chance to talk with you, just like with the boys, soon.
All right, big ups. I'll get the message to him. I'm sure that wasn't meant on a slight on Barnaby. But,
No, it's not, I understand.
His face has gone all red now.
I know, it's all good. I understand. It's all good. I miss Ben too.
All right, see you, Michael. Good to see you, mate.
See you, mate. Have a good one.